All right, welcome back everybody to the Martin Sports Car Club iRacing Championship. This week is round 3 at the Daytona International Speedway, and would like to introduce myself as Zane Plumley, and I will be your commentator today, and we have another guest commentator as well. Please welcome Lexi Plumley.
Hi, I am glad to be back for another epic, awesome week of racing.
Awesome. Well, we are definitely ready to get started. I will say that much. All right, so here we are on the pace lap with the official pace car Mustang for this particular race. And just to kind of go through the field a little bit, we have Trevor Renson on pole, followed by Justin Cady, Leland Giddens, Zane Plumley, and I gotta wait for some more cars to go by. Justin Hall in the pink and black car, Junie, sport number 27, Eric, Justin, and Chris Wells bringing up the rear. So it's going to be a long pace lap here, so I guess I'm going to talk for just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and get a different view ready for when it does actually start. So in order to be part of the iRacing Championship with the Martin Sports Car Club, everyone has to be an active member in order for them to get to payouts at the end of the season. And within the two different ranks that we have Pro and we have Rookie. Pro is somebody who is a member of the club and has raced on iRacing for a little while and kind of knows how the system works and is getting used to the cars. The rookies that we have here today are ones that just started iRacing just a couple weeks ago. So we've broken them up into two different areas there, so it'd be easier for people, so we can kind of have more fun with everybody and have some of the pros help out with the rookies. And of course, once in a while, when the rookies do actually beat a pro, they have a lot of bragging they can do in the Discord channel that we have for us. So we'd like to thank the Martin Sports Car Club for participating in this again. And this race is sponsored by Zane Plumley Motorsports. And this week's beverage is Buffalo Trace Whiskey. Wish you could taste it. Great stuff. All right, so we're getting ready around. Looks like they're heading into, which looks like the old turn 4. So let's go ahead and change the view here. Should be interesting for a good race. Just the backstretch, I believe now. So they're going to go into the bus stop chicane. So this particular track, oh, there's pulling off. I was bad. Okay, let's get back to the race. And there we go. Trevor takes a jump out into the lead, right out the green flag. And looks like, Leland's got a great jump, putting a little pressure on Justin Cady out there on the outside. Zane Plumley's trying to bug in some drafts. Here we go, turn 1, first time. Should be a little crazy going on. Look at Leland in there, bossing it in, just like we all know that he does. He took that opportunity to get into the inside. What do you think of the start so far, Lexi?
That pass was great.
That pass was great. Awesome. All right, well, there goes Justin Cady on the inside. Trevor's probably figuring out what's going on here. He was in the pole position. He's fighting back. He had a better drive off of it. Zane Plumley's hanging out there in 4th place, trying to figure out if he can just hang with these guys before he starts wrecking anytime soon, because we know that's bound to happen. All right, looks like the back of the field stringing out just a little bit. Everything is single car at this point, so let's go the other way. Whoops, hey, pace car. All right, so there's Leland in the lead, coming out of the second horseshoe, and getting ready to go back onto the high banks for the first time. Everything seems pretty tight at this point. Zane's right on Justin Cady's rear bumper right there, trying to catch a good draft. Justin got a much better drive and now is on the back end of Trevor, and while Leland's pulling away at the lead. So what do you think of this crazy track?
The crazy track is more crazy than the track that I'm on.
You feel like you're getting dizzy?
Yes.
What do you like about the race so far?
Everyone is doing so great.
I like it. I think great is the actual day. So looks like a freight train through here. So here we go with the bus stop for the very first time. Oh, tires a little bit cold. Everyone's kind of stringing out a little bit. Still got a 4 or 5 car group here, maybe 6 back there. I think Eric's hanging in there. And it looks like Justin Katie's about to make his move on the outside around Trevor. Obviously, with this particular course being so big, using the high banks at Daytona, these aren't 800 horsepower NASCAR cars out there. These are Miatas, and of course, Justin Katie's getting back into the draft. Draft is very important when you don't have a lot of horsepower to work with, so the best way to do it is to go ahead and get behind somebody else and use the aerodynamics to try to get faster. You understand all that?
I think so.
She thinks so. She'll figure it out. So back into turn 1 again. Oh, Trevor coming up real close on Leland right there, giving some pressure. And I'm sure Leland's just like saying, yeah, whatever, hold my beer, dude. So they are heading into the first horseshoe, really tight racing. And looks like, Zane went off track back there. I knew that was going to happen at some point. So, yeah, there's Trevor making a move inside, outside. So we've got an over-under by Leland, keeping it tight. But I think Trevor is going to have the inside on the dog leg coming into the second horseshoe. Nice move there, Trevor. Looks like... but Leland's going to keep his position and be on the inside for the next horseshoe coming in. Looks like Trevor outbroke himself just a little bit, and Justin Katie's going to come through the outside. But he caught a little bit of grass, got a little bit of crazy in there. Don't know what happened. He must have missed a shift. Oh no, what happened to Leland? He was just giving up, so he went from first to third in one little mini straight. So it looks like Eric or Junie, let's see who that is back there that took 4th place. Carlos, he had some issues trying to connect. We had 4 or 5 drivers in the Jacksonville area, and Bob Blucher couldn't make the race tonight because they were with AT&T, and they had a lot of issues trying to get connected. So we did miss them tonight, but we want to see them definitely next week. So all right, so that was Eric back there in 6th place, and there's Leland dropping back a little bit. Oh, wow, putting the pressure on, looks like the back of Trevor right there coming out of the bus stop. So at this point, looks like there it is, Justin Katie in the lead. Must have snuck around us a little bit there as we went through the field a little bit. And here comes Trevor on the outside of his drop with the long way around. You know what the long way around is?
No.
It's when you go on the outside of the curve because you have to go a longer place. All right, so Trevor's making that pass, getting ready to head into turn number 1 and has a solid commanding lead coming in there. So they'll just go ahead and jam on the brakes, turn it in, slide it just a little bit, grab some grip. Leland's hanging in 3rd. Whatever issue he had before, looks like he's got that taken care of. And looks like Eric and Zane back there with Junie have got their own little fight going on in the background with these guys that are dicing it up front. So what do you think's going on right now?
Well, one of them is going to kind of pass the other, but then Trevor's going to go ahead.
Oh, boy, I think you have your money on Trevor this week?
Money?
Yeah, you bet money on Trevor?
Yes.
All right, well, we know who her pick is. Lexi is going to pick Trevor to win this race this week, so we'll see who it is. She was really good last week about saying who was going to go off track, pass, and crash, so maybe she knows something I don't know, but we all know with Justin here. Oh, no, speaking of Justin, the Katie curse hits him in the early laps. Looks like he downshifted on the high banks and he blew an engine. Oh, my goodness, what happened there? Well, it looks like he is dead in the water, have to get a tow back to the pits. And I'm sure Trevor right now is smiling in his helmet because all he can see now is Leland. Definitely a few car lengths back going into the bus stop. So he could probably unpucker just a little bit here after he gets through the bus stop because that is a crazy corner. But very rewarding when you do get it right because you're supposed to steer with the rear to get out of that thing. All right, so moving on back just a little bit. I think there was an issue. Oh, hold on. We got to go back just a little bit and catch out what happened here because, yeah, Captain Crash. Yep, that would be Zane Plumley. Looks like he got real loose. Let's see that again. Oh, he gets it. Oh, he was trying not to hit Junie. That's what it was, and got his car sideways through the grass, or Eric. He wasn't trying to hit Eric, and here comes Junie. Oh no, and tags him just enough. Turn him right into the wall, and both of them actually turn into the wall at the same time. Oh, that's awful. Both of those guys, look at that. It's a barbecue right there at Daytona. Yep, he lost a little bit of everything in that car right there. The front bumper, the front engine, the front everything. So we'll get back to the racing and see how that goes. Justin's in the pit, also getting his toe back. So we got some drivers in the pits going on. So here's Carlos holding up 11th place right now. See if we can stay connected. He's trying to make up some time. Junie is actually working back to the track. He looks like a Blue Angel flying really low across Daytona right now, leaving a smoke screen like Spy Hunter if you are old enough for that. All right, here's Justin Sumter in 10th place, hanging out. Let's see if we can get a different view for you guys. See what we're working with. He's going into turn 1, takes it nice and easy through here, and heading out. There we go, a little bit better view. And trying to make up some ground on the guys in front of him. Here's Justin, and it looks like Chris Wells having a little battle here, coming in and out of the horseshoe. Chris takes a little bit of a lead. Looks like Justin kind of gave him a little room there, because this is a 60-minute race this week. So I'm sorry, so you're going to have to hear me talk for 60 minutes, and then you'll have to hear some Alexi too. Tell me how the race is going.
The race is like really crazy. It's like this race is like in Disney Infinity, one of the races.
It's like a Disney Infinity race. All right, so here goes Chris. Looks like you got a little bit of better launch coming out of that last turn before we get there. And looks like he might be trying to catch up to Michael Cabrera. Look at that, Michael in 4th place. Congratulations, buddy, man. That's a good drive for you this week. Looks like you're keeping it clean. I think that your partner, Justin, is going to get mad because he's going to have to mow all the grass himself this week. So, but that's a good thing. You know, congratulations, Ben. I think you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Got another 55 minutes to go. Let's see how it goes. All right, in and out of the horseshoe, nice and tidy. Keeps it clean. There he goes, back on the grass. Yeah, well, I'm used to saying that because that's where he normally is. But back on the gas, all the way to the start-finish. And here's Eric. I know he's pushing hard at this point. 3rd place, podium for him. So with this race being 60 minutes, the gas in the cars can only last about half the race. The tires could last a whole race if you want to feel like you're riding on glazed donuts for the last 15 minutes or so. But we will see some people going for some pit stops, and with some of the guys going out early, like Junie, Zane, and Justin Katie, they may want to have a different strategy and ride out their tires for the rest of the race and see where they can end up from being last, second to last, and third to last at this point in the opening parts of the race. All right. Right around with Eric just a little bit here. So with only 10, 11 guys on the track this week, and of course Daytona being such a big race and losing those 4 guys with connection issues, there will be a lot of driving around at some point solo by themselves, trying to get some really good laps in. It's great when you can actually grab somebody within a second or so and use that draft to try to catch up to them. And I'm sure some people on different strategies this week, maybe to save a little gas so they don't have to spend as much time in the pits refueling, or trying to save their tires a little bit longer without having to do a tire change, which takes a lot longer. So we'll see what everyone's using. Let's check in with some more guys. Here's Leland in 2nd. Let's find out how far he is. You can see Trevor up there just heading into the horseshoe now. Both these guys are extremely fast drivers. All right, let's talk about some paint schemes here. So here's Trevor. All right, he's rocking a green Mazda. How you like that paint job today?
The paint job was awesome. And the paint looks like Maddie's hair.
Maddie from...
Maddie? No. Maddie in Ever After High.
Oh, okay. Well, we're getting an education on what 7-year-old girls watch when daddy's at work. Okay. All right. If any of you know that, you should be ashamed of yourself because you should be on iRacing more. All right. And what do you think of this paint scheme?
Scheme is awesome
Why is it awesome?
because it's my dad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's going to get extra cookies tonight. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Okay. All right. And this one is Hellman's Mayonnaise by Junie Thompson. You like mayonnaise?
Yes. Wait, no.
No.
Ew. Why are you saying it?
All right, Junie, you got to change your paint scheme for next week. Not sure what you're doing with mayonnaise on your car, but we don't want to know. All right. Here's Justin. He's rocking the Ascari Autosport. That is his sponsor for iRacing that he races with, and does an incredible job with them. It's a great team with Manny out there at the lead, owning the team. Those guys we'd worked with before when we were all in the same team with TNTR back in the day. All right, and the pace car. It's a big guy with his arms out, and is that guy sleeping? I think he's sleeping in there. You think he's sleeping? What's he doing?
He's dreaming about donuts with cookies.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what you're dreaming about. All right, so here's Chris Wells. He's in 7th place. And let's get you guys some different scenery here. Here we go. All right, a little bit of lockup, a little bit of tail slide coming out, but it looks like he's doing a nice job of keeping it clean, getting a good launch, going back up to the banks. So how about some in-car? Some of the stuff is crazy. Let's give you an in-car with... Oh, wait, we got a little going on between Michael and Justin. Maybe here for position. Let's see how it goes, see if we can get some drafting. All right, so we're in Justin. Let's go ahead and chase him. Oh, looks like somebody got into the back of Justin a little bit there. So, wasn't this your favorite color last week?
Purple and pink.
I see pink and black.
Well, I mean, there are 2 cars that I like. That pink car, and there's a purple one who's not here.
Very good. Yep, he was one of the guys that's having connection issues, so we'll see him next week. All right, so yeah, Justin being very cautious, giving Michael space getting into turn 1, because we all know that can get real hairy out there if you don't get the car set up right as far as you turn in, because you get on and off the brakes there, and coming off the bank onto the flat section really upsets the suspension a little bit. So it's interesting the way you have to set up a car for Daytona, because you have the high banks, which are there, and then also the road portion that's flat in the middle. Oh no, contact! Give him a little nudge. I think he gave him a love tap. What would you call that?
A love tap.
Okay, well, she agrees with me. All right, so I'm sure these guys were just figured out not a big deal, so they're going to keep racing. Don't know if, can't really tell in the iRacing simulation if Michael has like a specific finger sticking out the window or not, but it won't show that in this one. But I'm sure he wasn't happy about that particular moment, but got to give Justin real good credit there for keeping it together and not taking advantage of that and giving him space after giving a little nudge. All right, Michael goes a little wide. Justin goes on the inside. Michael regains it back, but here we go with the drag race. Let's see what's going to happen.
The white car is going to, well, the pink car is going to pass the white car.
All right, let's see how this is going to turn out. So going to the bus stop, obviously you see the screen down there, 126, 27 miles an hour. Should be going down to around 80 miles an hour through this bus stop here. Oh, Michael's getting it all crushed up. Oh, Justin. Oh, again, playing it safe. So he understands this is a 60-minute, semi-little mini tiny endurance race here. So he's definitely taking his time, and he's going to be very methodical about when he's going to make that pass. All right, let's check in with some of the other guys. All right, here we go. Carlos. Whoa, making a move on, is that Eric? Yep, actually that's not for position though. So it looked like Eric's just getting past Carlos a little bit through some lap traffic through there. Eric's in third place, but hey, Carlos is really keeping up with them at this point. It's a nice paint job on that there, Carlos. Nice to see it. All right, nose to tail coming through the dog leg. Do you know what a dog leg is?
No.
It's a leg on a dog.
Ew, wait, what?
Okay. All right, Eric taking the wide line, going through the second horseshoe, trying to get some better traction coming out of there and getting ready for the all-important corner of getting a good launch out of there to get back up onto the high banks, going along the NASCAR turn 2 into coming out of that and into the bus stop. All right, let's ride a little bit here with Carlos. So if you're noticing, the track of Daytona has the back grandstands along the super stretch. And this particular scan of the track in iRacing is from 2008. The iRacing organization. Oh no, we lost him through his connection. I knew that was going to happen. All right. Oh, and who's this guy? All right, this is Zane in 10th place, trying to make up some space. Oh, actually, he's not. That's Trevor, the leader, in front of him. So Zane probably Zane just got passed, lapped by the leader, but he's already made his pit stop. I think he's just right now using the draft of Trevor to catch up with Junie at this point, who they both were in an accident together with. And I think the gap was about 27, 28 seconds. Junie's out there all by himself. So I decided to hang out with Trevor a little bit for a few laps and use that draft and see if we can't close that gap up just a little bit. Talk about the race. What do you see on the screen?
I see that everyone is doing an excellent job, and that Trevor is trying not to let my dad get ahead of him.
Yep, Trevor is doing that, and he's doing a good job of that as well, because he looks like he pulled out just a little bit of lead over me. But I think the draft is going to take effect here in just a little bit, close it up. I don't want to get too close. I definitely don't want to wreck Trevor's day being on the lead lap and leading the race. And I'm just a lapped car at this point, so we'll see how this turns out. So here we go back into the bus stop. Gets really slippery. Nonetheless, very fun. All right, let's check in with some other guys. All right, here's Junie up into 9th place. So again, he took his pit stop real early when he and I got tangled together. Looks like he's just cruising in, doing some laps. He is probably going to win the award this season for most improved driver. He's really caught on quick, got up to speed. Really solid ride by him. Oh, Justin Katie's checking in on Discord. Alrighty. And speaking of Justin Katie there, here he is. He's back into 8th place after blowing his engine on NASCAR turn 1. And he's going to take, the plane's about to take off at the airport. All right, so Justin's going to be working around here. I'm sure he's very smart and been in this position once or twice. So he's going to be looking for someone to draft around and put in just some solid laps and checking to see his time versus Trevor time and see if he can get back up there. But it is a really big track, and trying to make up that kind of distance on a place like Daytona is pretty tough, but we all got confidence in Justin. All right, here's Chris Wells. So Chris, this was Was this his first race? I think he's been with us. He missed the first race altogether. Second race, I don't think he was quite ready for that. He could have been there, I'm not sure. But I don't think he was there. But anyway, this is his first big race with us. He's spent a lot of practice time this week in his cockpit there at home. He's been fighting with his son, Trevor, for the headset in order to get some laps in. So I think they just ended up playing a version of Daytona Fortnite for a little bit, just so they could share one earphone each as they were like having their heads next to each other, sandwiched. That should have been fun. Should have had a picture of that. All right, Justin Sumter's here, and he is back with his caution student driver car. I think it held up the whole race. Can't remember, but we will see. All right, Justin Hall, again, brightest person. Oh, and he is still racing with Michael. We're going to stick around with this one for a while and see how this one turns out just a little bit. How about we get some in-car? So Michael's still in fourth, Justin in fifth. He's got a good run on the draft. Oh, and he backs off a little bit. He's just hanging out. Maybe he's saving fuel at this point for the end of the race, which is a very good tactic, especially with these cars. So as you can tell, we are the anti-COVID racing series because the stands are packed and no one's wearing face masks. So we're very fortunate for this opportunity that these guys have actually put in, some time and money to get together and race as a club still. And I think the president of the club, Eric, said that people actually might get points for participation in this, which I think is great. So I want to thank the board for that opportunity for people to get points while they're still racing, while a lot of guys are just looking at their car sitting in their garage or just taking it to work. Hopefully everyone was staying safe, and those who are working were helping out those who weren't working, so we can all get through this and get back to real racing. We'll still be hosting these races as this championship is over and the series of 6. So we're about halfway through this one with round 3. Next week we go to Summit Point, and after that we're going to go to Okayama, one of my favorite tracks, and then a finale for a 50-minute race at Laguna Seca WeatherTech. So that's going to be a fun race. Definitely, hopefully have everybody there for that one, for the big party that we'll virtually have, smacking high fives with our monitors and VRs and our foreheads as we put together a whole season to see how it goes. So I don't see a lot of change going on here. Again, I think Justin is using his strategy wisely, probably cooling off his car a little bit here, poking out of the draft, which all those things are actually in this simulation for iRacing. Oh, look at that again. Nice save there, Justin. If you do ride in somebody's draft for too long, your car does get hot, especially in the NASCAR type of cars. You will blow an engine. You can pop a tire if you go over too many curbs. So everything that would happen to you in real life will happen in the simulation as well. So it's not just a video game that just happens to be there and everything's in a perfect world. There are good days and there are bad days, and sometimes you're on the other end of the stick where you get a flat tire when you really didn't think you needed it, but then again, that's racing. So, all right, so we're going to check in with Lexi and see what she has to say about everything going on. Oh no, okay, I took it back. She was thinking about what you're going to do. So Michael went out wide and went a little too fast into turn 1, and Justin, who was sitting there the whole entire time, was waiting for his chance to pounce. So he did, and it actually looks like he is turning up the wick a little bit here. Let's see if we can jump back to Michael, and there's Justin. See if he can pull away from Michael at this point, or if Michael's going to get the red mist and try to catch up with him. Oh, did you see that? I did see that. Just a little bit of grass there. He just had to feel, oh, he's overdriving just a little bit. Got to calm down there, Michael. Race your race. Don't race everybody else. It'll come to you. All right, I know he probably wants that spot back, but again, we got a lot of time left in this race. So what's your favorite thing so far about the race?
That my favorite part is when they go on the part that they're doing right now.
On the high banks?
And that I see that on every car there's like a little bugs on them, so that's why everyone's slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yep, they are slipping and sliding everywhere. You know, tires are giving out just a little bit. And also, we'll take a break here real quick and see that today's weather is partly cloudy, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temperature is 88, so it is warming up just a little bit. Not much of a wind, just out of the north, 2 miles an hour. So not too bad, but tires are definitely going to be turning a little bit oily and greasy towards the end of the race. Alright, so it looks like Justin Hall's got this one pretty much under control at this point, and may see if Michael can bring this back in to get another race. Alright, and the pace car. Yep, guys still sleeping. And there goes Michael and Justin. Alright, let's go through the order here. We got Eric holding down third still. Good solid run for him. I know we haven't talked too much. He's kind of the quiet type. He's not yelling and screaming like most of the guys are during the race on Discord, making fun of each other. If you did notice that things are a little bit quieter on the racetrack this week, we are missing Adam Severinsen, our resident crash guru. He wasn't able to make the race this week for one reason or another, but we hope to get him back next week. Also missing is Justin McDonald, who I think he had to work late or had some family things he had to take care of, so he was unable to race with us. So we do miss those guys. Oh, another plane taking off. That's a real busy airport during this time. Alright, so Eric's out there by himself, probably wondering, probably taking a drink at this point, because these backstretch runs can take quite some time. So we're going to ride with him just a little bit. Here we go through the bus stop. That's Leland up there. Oh, actually that's me, but lap car. There's Leland. Here we go. We got a race again for first place. Oh, okay. Trevor is going. I don't want that guy. Where'd Trevor go? There he goes. So Trevor's going to the pits at this point. So he is taking on, let's see, fuel, and we'll see if he's going to take on some tires. Pit lane speed is 55 miles an hour. All right. So in iRacing, when you're in the car, you can have settings to where you actually see the guys changing the tires. But for most cases, you only see that when you're in car, and you won't see it on the outside. So he is taking tires halfway through the race, and he will be getting some fuel as well. Where are the guys at? I don't know. Where are the guys at?
They're invisible. They're ghosts.
Oh, okay. Oh, do they work good though? What do they look like?
They're ghosts that are they're
like ghosty?
Yeah, ghosty.
All right. Well, he's got the pedal down, waiting for the last splash of fuel. Runs through the pit, the pace car there, and he is back on track. So let's see. He'll have to cycle all the way around to figure out where he's going to come out on track. Looks like we got a little bit of nose there of Justin Sumter coming out, and looks like you won't be any issue for Trevor getting back. Oh, maybe so. Trevor's got some cold tires. Up, and Justin gets out of the way very nicely. Great sportsmanship, I would have to say, about a lot of these guys, except for that Zane guy. He races a little dirty sometimes. So you can see that the car is moving around just quite a little bit, and his brake points are moved back just a little bit as well, just to give the tires a chance to warm up and get to optimum grip. So we'll see what happens with the back end on this one, trying to get a good drive out of this last tight corner. Yeah, keeps it nice and neat. That's why he was leading the race. All right. Oh, Michael has caught up to Justin. Here we go. This has got to be another good pairing of these two. I think they pretty much stuck together like glue the whole entire race. All right, what do you think of these two racing again? Now they're switched.
It's like magic. They switched and now
What's happening?
they passed again.
So just a seesaw battle going on back and forth between these two guys. Oh, Leland Giddens is now in the pits. He was in first place. So let's see where... Oh, and Michael's coming into the pit as well. Looks like Justin must have stayed out. Maybe looking for some clean track. Oh, I guess he didn't. These guys are like tied together with the shoestring. So they're going to mimic each other and do exactly what they need to do. All right. Oh, looks like that car got fixed real quick. All right, let's get back to the action on track. All right, Leland's back out. Let's see how it's going to work out with Trevor. Trevor's already through turn 1, so he is back into first place with Leland just leaving the pits. So you'll see Trevor just ahead going through the exit of the first horseshoe. Let's ride with Leland just a little bit here. Now he's got some cold tires, but he wants to catch up Trevor, who's already got a lap on his tires. It's probably up to full speed at this point. Yeah, I know. I still need to get some timing and scoring in here. Really aggressive on that downshift. Want to make sure that the back end stays tidy where it's supposed to be, but not too much so the back end slides out and he spins around. So with the gyro cam, you can kind of see how steep the banking is around Daytona. It's 31.5 degrees around the two ends, not so much at the triover at the start-finish line. It is an exact copy just about of Talladega, except at Talladega the start-finish line is a little bit further down past the trioval. So this is a 3.56 mile road course, obviously using the high banks of the NASCAR track. And this year at IMSA, I believe, is the 72nd year that they have had racing, road racing at the 24-hour at Daytona. All right, enough about history. What do you want to talk about?
That I give everyone who's doing awesome like 20 points.
20. She's giving out points. Well, that's going to make for a very interesting championship. So, I get 20 points too?
Yes.
Well, that's awesome because I probably won't make 20 points all season. So, all right. There's Leland fighting turn 1. I know he should have enough heat in his tires to start turning up the wick right now. So with his last pit stop, I know it says down there he's at 3 minutes 10 seconds, but that includes his pit time. So Trevor's running a 2:14.225, and Chris Wells just got out of the pits as well. Zane is slow as a turtle. All right, Justin Hall. Is getting into some more traffic here. Justin Sumter. So where did Michael go? There he is. All right, let's give an overall view here. So we're riding in the Goodyear blimp. Lexi likes blimps. What do you think of blimps?
Blimps are awesome.
Yep. Everything's cool and everything's awesome. Oh, to be 7 again. All right. Oh, and then she goes, "What's a blimp?" A blimp is a big giant balloon in the sky that people ride underneath and this little carriage holding on to it. Oh no, Justin Sumter, what happened?
I made a huge
Yep, let's see what happened to you. Cooked it into turn 1. Oh, the car starts sliding. Can't get it turned on the brakes. Oh, look at that. Lost the hood. Fashion statement. All right, and looks like he's stuck in the wall. Looks like he's trying to get the car to go backwards and forwards. Yep, man, that's a bummer. Yep, and he just took the toe to the pit. There he is. All right, checking in Justin Hall, 8th place after his pit stop. Michael's still working on his lap after his pit stop. There's Justin rocking a 2:21.663. I think he's in conservation mode right now, so he can get through it and finish out and get a better place, but worked his way all the way back up to 3rd place. Junie in 5th. That's a great result for him right now. He is just staying steady, staying the course. Gonna start calling him Iron Man soon. And not Iron Man in the suit like the superhero Marvel, but the guys who actually do the triathlons. Alright, here is Eric coming out of the bus stop. So now as everyone's cycled through their first and probably last pit stops for most of us, that someone might have to make a quick splash and dash at the end there if they're too excited to get on the gas pedal. But everything's kind of spread out at this point. Fans are still sitting there. They're standing in awe, just frozen silent. That's just crazy. They just can't stand the excitement. I wonder if beer sales are open in the stands right now. Okay. All right, so back to Eric, holding on to 3rd place. Posting some times at 2:16, so the times are going up a little bit, and that's probably due to the tires getting worn out and temperature rising just a little bit as well. So if it's getting warm on the track, what do you think's happening to the cars?
The wheels are gonna slow down because they're getting too hot, and then poop.
Saying you're gonna blow a tire?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. She thinks someone's gonna blow a tire. So hopefully, Eric, it's not you. Since we were watching you, we don't want to jinx you going through. So, all right, and back to Leland Giddens. Oh, a 2:13. That's a really good lap time. So I know he's pushing hard to get back into up with Trevor, who also ran a 2:14 flat, and Leland 2:13. So he's making up 3/10 a lap. So we have just a little less than half the race to go at this point. Wish I did have some telemetry to tell me out what lap we're on. That didn't help. And I would love to hit the results tab, but that would tell you who won, and this is a replay since I was racing in it, and I don't want to ruin it for you guys if you happen to see that. But I can check, let's see, let's check some laps here. Leland's quickest lap is at 2:13.6. He just did a 2:13.7 in the middle of the race. So, of course, he had some fresh tires again. So that was really good for him. So lap 27. So we got 27 laps for the entire race. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Give you a little bird's eye view. So here we are coming up to the dog leg. Nope, that's not the dog leg, my bad. I can't tell. Alright, so going up onto the bank. Getting ready to go back onto the backstretch and through the bus stop. At this point, we're just thinking about things to talk about because everyone's pretty spread out. So I've already talked about Daytona. I got a little list here. I already talked about pit stops. I already talked about the weather. I could talk about the weather some more, but we all know how that happens. Already talked about rookies. I don't know. What else you want to talk about, Lexi? Just pick something.
that everyone is doing more great, so I give every single one of you like 50 points.
Oh, is that including the 20 from before?
Yes, so 50.
Yeah, so everyone gets 70 points for this one. So everyone's going to be tied at the end of the season. All right, let's see who's out there. Bradley is in the pits.
Stop for some donuts.
Yep. The pace car still sitting there. All right, there's Trevor. Let's find out where he's at. So he's coming out of the first horseshoe, and Leland's entering the first horseshoe. So it's about the same as when they exited the pits, only a lap apart. All right, here's Chris Wells. Let's ride with him for just a little bit. So Chris this week, during our chat with everybody, he was talking about the differences between, a little bit of understeer there. He's talking about the differences of his personal Miata race car versus the iRacing Global Cup Miata race car. And he was saying, despite the aero and the weight differences and everything else, that he was not understanding how he was faster in a straightaway in his car, but it was only a 2-second difference from what the Global Cup was. So of course we heard about all the differences. Well, there's tire size and there's wheel size, and then there's a setup, there's balance, there's coilovers, there's aero drag, there's downforce, and engine size and compression. So we did hear about all of that. So we are all Miata experts now. All I can tell you is he's still racing a Miata. That's all I know. What do you think about Miatas?
I think they're good.
You think they're good? You think you want to drive one when you're older?
Yeah, but what's a Miata?
Oh, what's a Miata? Okay, so Chris, I'm going to call you up and I'm going to put Lexi on the phone, and you two can have a 3-hour conversation about what a Miata is. Okay. It's a whittle car that goes around the twack. Yeah, that's Tweety Bird. All right, let's check in. There's Zane. Hey, look at that. He's not crashed. It's amazing. All right, Justin Hall. Let's see, he's got somebody in front of him, so 7-6. So he's got Michael. So Michael got back in front of Justin at some point. So here we are again, tied to a shoestring with these two guys. And it looks like she's just made up some gap on him on that last one. So Justin running a 2:15.5, really good lap at this point in the race right now. And he is definitely gaining on Michael. All right, so we've seen this race before, right?
Yes.
And I don't mean the race, but the race between these two guys.
Yes.
All right, you're going to do all your chores and eat your carrots?
What?
You're supposed to say yes.
Oh, yes. But why would I eat carrots? I hate carrots.
Well, I was trying to get you to do something you don't normally like to do by saying yes. Okay. All right, so what's the official snack this week? Yeah, we're in the commentary booth, so what's the official snack?
Cookie butter with chocolate mini chips.
All right, where are they?
They are in a pack. There are 4 of them downstairs in the cabinet.
So there's 4 of those, and how many tires on a car?
4.
Well, unless it's a street car, there's 5 wheels. Can you name all 5 wheels on a car?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But what's the fifth wheel? Steering wheel. Okay. Yep. How many pedals on the car?
3.
No, there's 4.
4?
Yep. You got your gas, your brake, your clutch, and a dead pedal. All right, enough of the jokes because they're really bad. All right. Yeah, I think I have to bring in like 25 commentators to fill up a race. All right, so Justin, look at him taking a little peek. I think he probably might have put on the pressure on Michael. See if we can pressure him into a little bit of mistake coming through the bus stop. Is a little hairy through there. Whoa, look at that slide, Tokyo Drift style coming out of Justin there. Holds his line nice and tight, comes out in the draft, and let's see if he's going to hang tight still. Still, I think he's buying his time, towards the end of the race to see how it's going to end up. Probably the only race we got going on right now, but we'll do a quick check around after these guys get through turn 1. Justin closing up the gap just a little bit. Now he's definitely on the bumper. Looking to go on the outside. I think he's just going to set up for braking. He's going to sit back there and see how Michael is going to take in that first corner. Whoa, whoa, another little tag. Did you see that?
Yes.
What happened?
He hit him in the back bumper.
All right. So Justin is definitely putting the pressure on Michael right now. See a little in-car. I like how he painted the inside of his car too. That was pretty cool. Must have taken hours.
It's awesome.
Oh, Michael's going a little wide. And boy, he's going to try to shut the door on Justin. And Justin says, I don't think so. Hold my beer. I'm heading through. By the way, don't drink and drive. It's not good for your drink. You might spill it. All right, heading up into the high banks. Let's see if we can find out. All right, Michael takes a little bit wider line, trying to get the power down, and now he is in the draft. So these guys are definitely playing seesaw back and forth for this one. I want to check on to other people to see how they're doing, but this is probably one of the best races going on right now. All right, Michael's closing the gap on the brakes, going in the Michael thought about it. He got a little squirrely going into the entry there. Lost a little bit of speed coming out. Yep, Michael definitely lost some time in there. Got a little squirrely through the bus stop. Lost quite a few seconds going through there. You can see the damage on Justin's car from tapping the back of Michael a couple times through there. There's probably a bump draft on the high banks. All right, so let's have our chance to go through the field here. Here's Junie. Oh, he's going to have a fun time cleaning the front end of that car. All right, he's loading up that outside wheel, trying to get around the first turn. He's still holding on to 5th place. That's a really good result for him. Somebody is coming up in the background. It wasn't Justin. It was Justin Hall, the other Justin. We have a lot of Justins in this group. For only having like 19 guys in the group, we have 5 Justins. Crazy. All right, Justin Katie up into 4th place. Rocking some 2-minute, 15-second lap times. Staying steady. I'll have to ask him what his number choice 184 comes from. Not a popular number you see a lot, but I know he wasn't born in January of '84. And I know that when he turned 18, he drank more than 4 alcoholic drinks. I don't know, or maybe one day he ate 4 things. I'm not sure. Okay. All right, so moving on. I'll ask him the next time in the chat and figure out what it is so we have something to talk about. All right, so if you ever wanted to know how to go through the bus stop nice and clean, here's a very good example. Of what not to do. So, no, just kidding. No, Justin has a very aggressive style. So we'll ride along with some other people and see how everybody else tackles the bus stop, because there's many ways to do it. Slow in, fast out, slide here, slide there. So we'll slide here, slide there, and
Slide everywhere.
all right. So we're all slippity sliding. All right. Speaking of sliding, here comes Justin Sumter around turn 1. Looks like he got his car fixed, got a new hood put back on. So this week, that was kind of new because of the bus stop. Everyone likes to cheat that last rumble strip that's on the left-hand side coming out before the high banks. And every time you put 2 wheels over the rumble strip there, you actually get an incident point. And after 17 incident points, you have to do a drive-through penalty for cutting the course too many times. So I don't think anybody actually did that this week, even though it was a 60-minute race. Everyone stayed pretty clean, which was good. So definitely a lot of people are getting the hang of iRacing and learning to keep it on track. I think the most improved this week, though, was Michael. Got to hand it to him. I think he really likes this track. Even though he said he was eating a bunch of sandwiches in between this turn here and the bus stop because it took so long, because he likes to have, like, corner, corner, corner and no time to breathe. But he did say he did like Daytona a little bit. So we'll turn him into a big road course person here soon. Eric's still in third and solid, 2:15.5. Like last time we checked in, that's what it was as well. See how Eric takes the bus stop. On the power early. Sliding all the way out. All right. Leland, see if he's made up any time on Trevor. Nope, about the same. Trevor's just coming out of the first horseshoe as he's going in the horseshoe. It does look like he made up a little bit of time. Still holding true. Look at that, 2:14.2 for Leland. So he's definitely laying down the laps. Hopefully not burning up his tires too much, so he has something for the end. How do you burn up a tire?
By going too fast.
Oh, well, that's actually good. I thought you were going to say, like, put it in the oven or burn it with, like, a match or something. So you're going to kart race someday?
Definitely.
Yeah, you're going to kart race like your sisters?
You mean in real life?
Yeah.
I bet that's dangerous, but yes.
What's dangerous about it?
Well, if you could go really, really fast,
What's dangerous about that?
that the tire could pop.
Well, the only dangerous thing is when you stop suddenly when you hit something. That's the dangerous part. Going fast is the fun part. What else are you going to do later in life?
I am going to start thinking of what I'm going to do as my job.
Okay, that was kind of my question. You asked the question again. So let me ask you again. What are you going to do with your life?
I'm going to be a farmer and a vet.
A farmer and a vet. Not a race car driver?
That too.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be a rich race car driver who farms, or you're going to be a rich farmer who drives race cars?
I think I'll just do one, and that's going to be racing.
Okay, that's a good thing. And knowing who her daddy is, she will not be like Danica Patrick. So, she's a famous crybaby racer.
Wait, you mean my crybaby dog? Or...
Yeah, she's a crybaby racer.
That's so funny. How does she drive?
Not too good. All right, so enough about the GoDaddy girl. All right, so back with Trevor Renson coming up on Chris Wells. A little bit of lap traffic. Oh, Chris, what happened, Chris? He was probably trying to get away and be nice. I don't know if he was trying to stay in front, but he gave it just a little too much of the right pedal and sent it to a spin coming out of exit. He must be really losing grip on his tires. All right, so Trevor back in the lead. Hopefully he didn't get a little too scared, but knowing Trevor Renson, he was probably just like, happens all the time. All right, so who'd you say earlier was going to run the race?
Trevor.
And who's in first place right now?
Trevor?
Yeah, Trevor.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta take this girl to the horse betting track. I'm telling you, we're gonna become rich real quick. All right. So, who's this guy? Oh, look at that. His car's not all broken. Oh, we get fast repairs. All righty. And here's Mike. Oh, it looks like he got some more damage on the back end of that car. It's definitely not weight savings, but it may take him into another class for modifications. Not really sure, but definitely made that car a little bit funnier on the back end. What do you think of his messed up trunk?
That's a really messed up trunk.
That's what I said. Say something else.
Messed up trunks are good?
All right. Moving on. Okay, hopefully it doesn't hurt him too bad with some air. Looks like he might get some extra downforce on the back there. All right, and I think we're getting up to the closing stages. So Michael is in 6th, and I am in 7th. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of race here to the end, maybe. I know Michael's on much fresher tires. I changed tires probably on lap 2 or 3, so mine are pretty much shot at this point. Kind of like driving around on glazed donuts. You like glazed donuts?
Are they the one that have sauce in them?
Glazed sauce, yes. Okay.
I love glazed. But they have to be sprinkled donuts and vanilla.
All right, so we need a little bit bigger view on this. Here you go. Hold the mic and talk. You gotta talk about the race.
So, Michael, is that right?
Yep.
Michael is doing really great right now. I give him 20 points, and he's in 6th place, and that trunk, I know why we're talking about it now. Well, it's really, really, really messed up, and it looks so funny. Hey.
You think his trunk looks mad?
Yes, the blue things are the eyebrow, and they're going.
Is it like mascara?
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's see how the lead of Michael over Zane. Oh, still looks about the same. He's got bugs, little pieces of tire rubber. Yeah. Well, it is Florida, and it is love bug season, so I wonder if they put that actually in the simulations. No, it's not love bugs. It's pieces of tire.
No, I mean the little right now.
Oh, wait.
They look like love bugs. Are they really love bugs?
Yep, there's love bugs in Florida.
And Tennessee. Right now, there's so many they've taken over the park.
No, we don't have love bugs. We have
What are those bugs?
we have lightning bugs.
Yeah, but there are other bugs that we have that have taken over the park. They look like lava bugs, like a volcano. They're black and lions are red.
Like the hornets? Sweat bees?
I think. But it's like they love you so much they just crawl on you and they don't care if you slap them or something.
All right, well, we're going to run them over with the race car if we keep talking about bugs.
Okay.
All right. All right, looks like, so Chris Wells graciously moved across. Oh, a little slide out of Michael there. Chris moved across, let Michael through. And Zane, myself, is going to try to pick up on some of that draft to try to catch up to Michael. We'll see what happens. So real quick, let's go around the horn here. So Justin Sumter is in 9th place. Justin Cady is in 4th place. Eric commanding 3rd over 4th place. Justin Hall is in 8th. Good solid run for him. Junie's in 7th. I think he had to go back for another pit stop, so he was in 5th and had to go back for another splash and dash or maybe some new tires that he wore out. He's in 7th place. Leland's still holding on to 2nd place with probably one of the cleanest cars that we have here. And Trevor is still in 1st place, probably with a good 5-6 second lead, you know, over Leland right now. So coming into some, whoa, he overcooked. Oh no, what happened? Trevor into the tire wall. You threw away 1st place. What is going on? And he's stuck. He can't get out. What did he say?
He needs to go backwards. He needs to go backwards.
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. He still is in 1st place. All right.
How is he in the 1st place?
Okay, so here we are because I need live telemetry. I am so sorry about this, people, but
He's sucking up the air.
yeah, we're going to go back just a little bit.
Good.
All right, so here's Trevor in 1st place, and he is going to go into the bus stop for the very last time. This is the last lap. He's still in 1st place.
But how when he crashes?
That was after the race was over. So Trevor ended up in 1st place. Leland on this replay, as you see, will be in 2nd. Eric, that's probably his 1st podium. Congratulations, Eric. That's awesome. Good for you. And I believe this is Trevor's 1st race win as well in the MSC iRacing Championship League. So congratulations to Trevor. That's great.
I knew he was going to win. Go, Trevor!
All right, Trevor, you got a new fan. All right, so there's the line, and he did overcook it on purpose. So, all right, so here we are in the last lap. And let's find out. There's Chris Wells and Michael. So look like a little 3, so 5th place. Chris is in 10th, and Zane is in 6th, just a couple seconds back. So let's see what's going to happen here towards the end of the race. Really not close enough to do anything at this point. Might just end up this way. What do you think of this last battle?
The battle is more huge than Disney Infinity or Star Wars. It's so much bigger. I can't even think of big battles like this.
I think she likes big mid-pack battles. All right, so holding on to that rev limiter just a little bit longer. Gets a little squirrely on the back. Chris is sucking up the draft, and Chris is going to try to pass Michael at the bus stop and try to unlap him. Oh no, they kind of come together just a little bit. Chris goes off, and then back on, and then right in front of Michael. Zane pulls up right alongside and gets a better run out of the corner than Michael, and they are going bumper to bumper at this point. Zane pulls ahead just a little bit. So here we go to the final stretch. This is all high banks all the way in through to the last part of the last lap of the race. And the cars and the aerodynamic. Zane comes down just a little bit too much and he takes himself out. Michael keeps it going. And Zane is into the wall. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Look at Michael, man. Michael was able to hold on. That is great. Congratulations for Michael in 5th place. That was me. Yeah, we knew that Zane guy was a dirty racer. All right, congratulations, Michael Cabrera. Nice run. Way to hold on to that. Here we go. We have the official, looks like Krispy Kreme donut party at the end of the race. These cars are pretty banged up.
How do you make donuts and make that smoke? How do you do that? How do you make the smoke?
There we go. So it's our, I told you there'd be an after hours party, and there it is, sponsored by Krispy Kreme Donuts. All right, so that is your race for this week. Congratulations to Trevor Renson, his first win for the season. Oh, bless you. That was really good. And Eric, your first podium of the season. Leland, I think at this point, for active iRacing members, you are leading in the Pro Series. And Junie is still holding on to leading the Rookie Series. So congratulations, you guys. Definitely a spectacular, fun race. We do miss the guys that weren't able to make it. Hopefully AT&T can get that main line fixed that was cut somewhere around Jacksonville. So until next week, we will be at Summit Point and on next Wednesday at 7:30, and we'll have the replay and hopefully some better commentary up for you guys next week. Thank you very much for joining us, and see you soon.
Bye, everyone. See you next week. Did you end it?